Hey, Mark Willie. What am I doing here? Messing everything up all these days. How are you, brother?
I'm good. I think we got a glimpse of some awesome guests that we have presenting. Dave, happy BS Friday Live to you in Texas and your family.
Yeah. Happy BS Friday Live to you as well. We just spent a little bit of time together, but I got to do a monologue intro for this young man. That's what I was looking and working through prior and not paying attention to my screen. But get this, man. I gotta say it. If youth is wasted on the young, an observation widely attributed to George Bernard Shaw, then wisdom is wasted on the old. Building science, like any science, often starts with the question why. A question young scientists are closer to than perhaps those with more years under their belt. Ask anyone after a day with a toddler, broken down by the persistently optimistic question why? Why is the sky blue? Why can't I have ice cream before dinner? Why is it hot in the summer? Why might just be every child's first word. This week's BS shares optimism for tomorrow. If Dylan, and I'm not going to say his last name, is an indication of what is to come, Mark, we are all for it, my friend.
I think the gauntlet is dropped. The challenge is there. Everyone knows now it can be done. There's no age entry level.
That's right.
Dylan has set the bar for inspiration, and we're looking at 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds, and 13-year-olds to step into the digital twinning, to step into the world of construction and building science.
For sure. And why stop there? Let's go down to the 11-year-olds, the 10-year-olds, the 9-year-olds. I mean, heck, it can even start in the womb. Why not? We could start talking in the womb about building science. So maybe that's probably where this guest started hearing it from, right? Because there isn't a family event going on that he would hear this stuff before he's even born. One would think, but I mean, I haven't been in that bedroom, so I don't know. All right, Mark, I think we have another guest with us. He's no stranger to the show. He's been on several times. He wears some of the funniest looking suits that I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if he has one on today. He flies around in a private helicopter on occasion to do his job. And he has his own podcast, video casts, and blogs and everything else. Another overachiever in our world.
So it's amazing. The world of YouTube, the world of Facebook, the world of Twitch, the world of LinkedIn, all
That's right.
places to subscribe, follow, like, learn, share. And now we're bridging the gap to this other thing, just Discord. So, Dave, who are we bringing in right now?
Discord. What in the world is Discord? That must be for young people. I guess we're going to find out. But first, we got 475 Sean in the house. What's up, Sean? Look at that hairdo, man.
Hey.
It's always jealous.
Hey, buddy, try to make sure it looks good. Hey, you know what I love about Dave is you say if things go wrong, they go wrong. You do things live. Well, I'm having one of those days where the computer's not working, so I hope you can hear me. I hope that's working out because I tell you, I'm making it work. So the gentleman that you have on today, I tell you, is impressive. And maybe we'll talk about this. So when Usain Bolt won his first gold medal at the Olympics, he pretty much said that someone's going to have to start at 2 years old to beat me because he was focused from being from 3 years old to his first gold medal. He was like focused on winning that Jamaican gold in the 100 meters. Well, the gentleman that you have on today is just like that as well. He has been focused. He's been working hard. He's also been growing up in a family that are definitely movers and shakers. And what I also learned this morning is he also has a black belt in Taekwondo. And I also knew that he was very good when it comes to the music. But the fact that about a month ago, or I guess it was May, he did this amazing event. So, you know what? That for being the youngest passive house certified consultant is amazing. I know he'll be a tradesperson soon enough, so he can have all the titles in the passive house world. And the other accolade that he pulled out this year was with his good old friend Mark. Sorry, I'm watching the name. Giancarlo. Thank you. That these two gentlemen came together and and they formed a team. And so in life, you got to work with partnerships and collaboration. We talked about that on and on. And they won the wallassembly.com, the Sweet 16 event, where they competed with other smart individuals to create a plan of how to build some really effective wall panels. And not only that, they said, oh, well, why don't we just do new builds? We'll do retrofits. So they're going to have a whole new category for them next year because they just took the whole project and contest to a whole new level. So that being said, to a gentleman who I admire, who I fully respect, his dad's a good guy too, but we won't tell him that. To Mr. Dylan Ingui, enjoy the show, everybody. This is one talented individual, and what he's going to talk about today is taking things to a whole new level. We're talking new technology, and so I'll let him talk all about it.
The young minds are going to educate us old folk. Here we go. I hope everybody has their seatbelt on. Sean, you got your seatbelt on?
I do. Strapped in here. We're good.
So, right. So you're a 16-year-old junior at LaGuardia High School in New York City. You're a certified passive house consultant, fine whole building student wall assembly 2021 champion, and you're also a Discord champion. I don't even know where to begin on this. Mark, I'm just going to have to sit back and watch him run circles around you. Go ahead, Mark.
I can't keep up with Dylan. There's a title that's not scrolling on the bottom of the screen, but I would say an award-winning smile, a brain that keeps on going, and a personality you want to be around. He's one cool dude.
Absolutely. All right, Dylan, you're no different than every other guest on this show, and this is going to be your time to shine or do whatever you like. But we want to know everything about you from the moment you were born to this very moment in time. Do not leave out any of the good, juicy, gory stuff from the hospital, because we know you remember that. It's not that long for you. Or we are going to call your mother, and we will have her on the show, and she will let us have it. So we only got 2 minutes to do it, young friend. So why don't you give us your quick elevator pitch and entertain us for a minute?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, thank you for having me on the show, and thank you for the introduction. I loved it. I love the accolades, but so thank you. I don't know where to really start. So basically, from a young age, I loved music, and I'm still in love with music. But I want to say around like my earlier teen years, my dad actually got interested in passive house. And at first, I was kind of confused. I was like, "What's this? This is stupid. This is a waste of my time." And I continued thinking that way for about 2 or so years. And then I got dragged to a conference. And that conference was in Pittsburgh, and it changed everything for me. Like 48 hours, and my life flipped upside down. Music, nope, that's not a career anymore. I want to do something involved in passive house. And since then, I've just kind of been on that track. And later that year, I got my CPHC. And then, as you guys said before, this would be earlier this year, I won the wall assembly contest with my friend Giancarlo, who I believe is on Twitch. Hello. But yeah, so honestly, it's just been such a thrill to be in this community, in this environment, because everybody's so open to new ideas and so open to new things. And everybody just wants to learn, and everybody just wants to grow. And I feel like that kind of an environment is extremely powerful. And that's where the future is going to be. And collaboration is where the future is going to be going. And hopefully Discord can kind of make that happen. But yeah, I guess that's just kind of like my 2-minute run through.
That's all right. Yeah. We love a 2-minute run through. So, all right, Dylan, I don't even know where to go. We're going to get into Discord, and we're going to talk about that. I've been pushing Twitch on this show for a long time. As a young person, do you feel Twitch is a good place for us to be?
Oh, yeah, 1,000%. I think that Twitch is, I would say, one of the strongest streaming platforms. I know that I'm not positive if this is like still true, but I'm pretty sure it is. It has the most active viewers, like 90% of the time. Because a lot of people my age and like even older, younger, doesn't matter. But a lot of people within like my generation, extended 10 years or so, we all use Twitch. If we want to watch someone streaming, Twitch is kind of like the place to go, the place to find something. So 1,000%. Yeah.
Oh man, I love when people verify my thought process as an old man. I love it. So Twitch is only one of the platform. We're going to get into Discord here in a second as well. But Mark, I think it is vital to kick this off talking about the wall assembly and the award. I mean, Dylan, you guys beat out the experts. You beat out colleges. You guys have beat out pretty much everybody else that applied to try to come up with a better system. Walk us through that, Mark. This is your world, man. Set this one up, because I think this is where it gets amazing.
I have my mute on, so if I'm on delay, it's because we're in a loud background. So for folks that weren't familiar with www.wallassembly.com, right? This year was the second year, and it was specifically there as a competition for students. But there wasn't a structure that really had an age category. And Dylan and Giancarlo were entrants from the high school level, competing with a whole bunch of folks, and there was judges in the industry, and a lot were involved in the competition the year prior. And there was rating scales and sliding scales to review the assemblies. And as we learned from Sean, the assembly that these folks took on was something you'd find very, very frequently in New York and other environments. And it's an existing building, an existing masonry building. So there's obviously added challenges in existing buildings and masonry. And Dylan, can you walk us through, and don't leave out the part that you guys actually learned SketchUp in order to do this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was quite the week. So basically, I show up to a lot of Passive House Accelerators events, and at the accelerator, I learned about this competition, and I was like, you should enter, it'd be fun, it's for children, you're a child, go, do it, bye. And so I kind of put it off for 2 weeks. I was like, it's fine. And then it was 1 week left, and I decided, I actually do want to enter in this. This would be kind of fun. But I kind of realized it's a lot of work and that I wouldn't be able to do it alone. So I recruited my friend Giancarlo, and we basically got to thinking, I'm already familiar with interior retrofits because I live in one. Yes, this is a passive house. But I wanted to challenge myself because a big issue within New York City, a well-known issue, is we have a lot of people and not a lot of space. So frankly, to do multifamily homes, that is a huge issue, because when you do a renovation like that, you have to move all these people out, all these people back in, if you want to gut the house and do this, yada, yada, yada. So my concept and Giancarlo's concept, what we thought was, what if we can find a way to do it on the exterior of what already exists, so that we can create a scenario where, theoretically speaking, we don't really have to move anybody out, and we can minimize the intrusion on everybody's homes and apartments. And so basically the way we went about this was a lot of research and a lot of reading. And frankly, it was a lot of fun. I spent a lot of time calling different manufacturers of goods and calling a bunch of different customer service lines. 475's line was great. I remember we called Armatherm because we were going to use them. Cascadia, we called everybody basically, just to kind of try to figure out what works for our wall assembly, what we need. And it's crazy, how helpful this industry is, and it's crazy how perfect it was. If I needed specs for something, they had it ready. They just sent it over by email. No biggie. Don't worry about it. Let us know if you need anything else. Have a great day. It was so perfect. And it was just a lot of research. So for that entire week, after school, me and Giancarlo would sit on a call for 6 to 8 hours, just calling different people. And then while we were doing this, we were teaching ourselves how to do CAD work. We both had minor experience because he took a class, and he took a class in high school in his freshman year, I believe, and I took a class in my last year of middle school. So it was a little bit. So we were both a little rusty, but we did manage to get it done. We did make it, and we were so scared, especially during the during the live event, because everybody's wall assembly was so phenomenal and it was so good. Every round I was like, this is it. It was a good run. It was a good run. And I was just so shocked because everybody had such a great wall, and I could tell how much time and effort everybody put in, ourselves included. So honestly, I cannot complain about the experience at all. It was wonderful. It was easy. It was effortless. Not effortless.
That's awesome.
It was easy to enter, but not effortless to build the wall, of course. But yeah.
Before we get into how the wall assembly is made up, because I want to talk about that a little bit. I know it impressed Mark, but it takes a lot actually to impress Mark, really. I met him for the first time just a few days ago. We hugged. We didn't kiss, but we hugged. I played with his beard. It's real. It's not a fake beard. All those fun things. But, Mark, we are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Dylan?
Twitch.
And why are we live on Twitch, Dylan?
Because it's wonderful.
Because it's wonderful. I love that. So it is wonderful. So if you're just joining us, please be sure that you like and follow us. Hey, Mark, I had a big stat come out this week, too. Our YouTube channel this month has had 100.4 thousand minutes watched. Mark, over 100,000 minutes. That's not bad for some old guys, right, Dylan?
Not bad at all. Yeah, that's wonderful.
And all that is just because we hugged. We got 100,000.
We did. I don't know why they don't send me this information in hours. Like, it'd be easier for me, but they send her. I guess minutes look better. I suppose. There's more
I guess from now on, I'm going to say to everyone, "Come on, bring it in. Let's do the longer hug. Bring it in."
That's right. Great. So listen, if you're not subscribed, go subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you're not following Dylan Ingui, you're wrong. Follow him, but not until after the show. Don't you dare turn or leave that button there. And, of course, if you're not following Mark Bare Naked Willie and everything Mark's doing out in the world on Instagram, he's big on Instagram. I got to get better at that. You're wrong. Get out there and do it. All right, Mark, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just have to, do those things.
I was on mute. I love the enthusiasm, and congratulations on 100,000. We'll hug more often if that's what it takes. The world needs more hugs. So what we might have glanced over, and that's all on me, is this was a bracketed tournament like they do in, let's say, basketball, like college collegiate sports. And so you had the teams break down to the next level and to the next level and to the next level. And so we all got to see, oh, hey, who's still in, who's still out? Why are they in? Why are they out? And the students, you never had an opportunity to defend themselves or to explain themselves. The wall and the structure that they uploaded was their only line of education and interpretation. So each judge kind of created, based on their experiences and knowledge, and the protocol of the tournament, which was really robustly designed. That's where we got to pull from. So you guys got to experience live, which is sometimes no fun thing, but you guys got to experience live the feedback of all these industry peers, and still didn't have a chance to really explain why. The assembly explained for itself. That's a little bit of a stressful situation. I was stressed looking at it, but it's real world, and I think a gigantic thumbs up is to all the folks that were able to muster in that moment and realize how important it was for all of us sharing and debating and critiquing the work, and then to come out like the star on top. Way to go, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
I second that wholeheartedly. I'm going to put you up in the top left because you should be seen, my friend. So let's talk about this wall assembly. Then we're going to go to some comments because the comment section is lighting up. You even have some big people in the industry that have come to say hello, which is always nice. So what's different about this wall assembly than what we're currently using in a passive house design or any other design, right? Because there's several ways to skin a cat. What made this so unique that it won the competition?
I think what made this unique was the fact that it was a retrofit. I feel like a lot of people, especially within the passive house community, and they see retrofits as this big, tall, scary monster that's out to get them. And it's just not. Because the thing is, I can't speak from any building experience myself, but when you're designing one of these buildings, it's not that you have to do something completely revolutionary, so it's something completely crazy. You have to fulfill the same criteria that you would a new construction building, just on the inside or outside, take your pick. And what we did is we chose the outside because we didn't want to invade everybody's apartments and have to deal with all that. And so what we had to do is we had to use these, I'm going to use my hands, like these Z-clips that kind of go out, and we put Gootex between, because the way they're formed is so that it forms like a platform, kind of like this, and that lets it. That makes it so that if you do your spray-on air sealing and your vapor barrier, then you can automatically get that out of the way, and then by doing your installation, leaving a little tiny air gap, and then you can do some exterior cladding, you still have a nice little gap of air so that you can get the moisture out.
Right.
And so what's revolutionary about that is that you now have a structure that you can use within cities. And I feel like that's going to be revolutionary in the future, and it's going to be where we're going to have to go, because I feel like a lot of people are asking, how do we do these massive buildings? How do we do these massive skyscrapers?
Right.
Do we have to tear the whole thing down? That's such a waste. And frankly, it is a waste, especially when you have the option, or if you have the money to do something better. And you can also do it for cost neutral now. Passive house and building science in general is becoming cost neutral. It's going down by the day. Eventually it's going to be even cheaper, which is going to be better, because you're going to get a better home for a cheaper price, which why would you not want that?
Two things here.
yeah.
Two things here before you go further than that. Gootex. We got a lot of people that are new to our show. I think everybody understands, the bracing and those things, right? And spray insulation. What is Gootex?
So Gootex is a product that 475 makes. And the reason why we chose Gootex was because it's pretty good for the environment. So a lot of materials and a lot of in types of insulation are made out of like some form of chemical or some form of like this or that. But what's nice about Gootex is that Gootex is made out of like wood chips, the spare wood chips that you have from other building products. Okay. So you're basically like, yes, you're not solving the issue, and this is like a common misconception. Trees are already being cut down and it's already being used, but not the entire tree is being used up. So the reason why Gootex is still considered a good product and like a valuable product is because you're using those recycled spares that you would typically just throw to the side, throw in the garbage, and you're making something new out of it, and you're making a good quality product out of it. So with enough Gootex, you have enough insulation to reach passive house standards, which is, perfect, in my opinion, one of the harder standards to reach. So it's definitely like it should be. It's a pretty great product, if I'm going to be honest. So, but yeah.
And for somebody who hasn't really ever built something, like you said, you don't have a lot of construction background, you start talking about cost neutral, right? Cost neutral, and I know from my years, Mark's years, there's two ways of learning. You can go to school and get an education and pay for it, or you can go out there and you can try it and you get your backhand and handed to you, right? Either way, you end up paying for it. But at your age, not many people are thinking about cost neutral. They don't know the value of money, a lot of people yet. So I think this is a really interesting comment coming from you, because with the way the environment is right now, with the way that housing affordability is right now, the way that the supply chain is out of complete whack for everybody and causing crisis, along with COVID, how do you come up with that number, cost neutral?
Well, the reason why I'm saying that it's cost neutral is because a lot of manufacturers and a lot of suppliers they're pretty good, especially because like their goal is to sell you their product. Their goal isn't to just say our product exists, find it, buy, see you later. They want to sell you their product, so they have the numbers, especially during COVID, where everything's so crazy and everything's so hectic. They have the numbers, and they've already calculated the costs. So simply just by asking, and this goes back to what I was saying before, how Giancarlo and I spent hours on hours in customer service and calling people who are selling these products. You get that number of cost neutral by literally just adding up the numbers that these customer service people are giving you and these guesstimates that people are giving you. I'm sure that it could be a little higher, a little lower than our actual number, because of course in the construction industry, stuff goes wrong. It's inevitable, just because of human error. But it's cost neutral. What I basically mean by that is that to build a passive house or to build our wall assembly, it should cost just as much as it would to tear the building down and build something brand new without any passive house standard, without any LEED standard, nothing. And if you can build something that's better with the same amount of money and without getting rid of a bunch of already valuable materials, especially during COVID, when materials are at an all-time record high of pricing, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's a better home. Yeah.
Mark, pinch him. Is he real?
So it's a high level of inspiration that we're getting, right? And one of the benefits is the backbone of the building science community is a robust space of sharing and being open. So the information that Dylan and Giancarlo and others received was the support of the industry, and then you have that influx of manufacturers out there that are constantly coming up with more solutions, and the level of training and the awareness is becoming more and more mainstream. I think a lot of us reflected in the group conversations all three of us were in throughout this year is Passive House used to be an event you go to once a month, something like this. Building science, same thing. And now there's discussions on this on a daily basis. It is a powerful force. So these competitions have a way of uniting us and bringing everyone forward faster, right?
Yep.
Because the example is set. And hey, if you're not moving fast enough, move faster. Just look at how someone else did it, right? And that's why Dylan is here today, because he's an example for other people. And the people you met at the conference in Pittsburgh, PGH, inspired you, right? And Dave, you're making me dizzy. You're popping me all around. I like to be on the bottom, man.
Okay, this is a PG show, Mark.
So I think we should we're at the 30-minute mark. I think we should say some hellos and questions, and then get ready, get set. Discord time, baby.
We are going to go to Discord. I love it. So, all right, Mark's right. I think we need to get to some comments and questions. Then we're going to come back to this, and we're going to really dive into the hard questions on Discord. So, Dylan, you better have your stuff together, because Mark and I are coming for you, man. We're coming for an education. All right, here we go. Let's start off. Jen, you going to put up some comments for us here? Oh, Mark, your mom's in the waiting. No is the first word kids learn to say, and the last one they seem to hear. That's Mark's mom, by the way, Dylan. Clearly, Miss Willie, he is not. He's still hard-headed, huh?
So everyone has a context and credibility clause. So my mom is 4 years old. She's been 4 years old her whole life, and she taught thousands of 4-year-olds through preschoolers. So when she tells you how kids think and hear, she's right. And Mom, I hope all those kids have a nice poster of Dylan on their door, and they say, "Yeah, we're gonna do that too."
Oh, I see it. Kids around the world, we used to have like Farrah Fawcett or whoever up in the wall. They're going to have pictures of Dylan up there. Passive House, green building. I can see it. It's going to be above every kid's wall, right next to Elon Musk in a spaceship. I'm full of myself. Let's keep going. The lemon. Dylan, they said. What is that emoji? I can't tell. It's a gaming thing, right?
I think it's a viper, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a gaming.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that is one of my friends. He was there for when me and John
it is a
were
viper.
building the wall assembly. So he's actual legend. We love to see it. Hello.
Yeah, coming from Twitch too. Hey, another one from Twitch. The edgy username.
Hello.
Good. Oh, look at that, Greg Ugaldi. You know who Greg Ugaldi is?
No clue. Hello, Greg.
Greg is the head of the National Association of Home Builders. He's the immediate past chairman. So that is somebody that actually goes in and talks to the president. I bet you could use that. I bet you could use Dylan in Washington, D.C., Mr. Ugaldi. Now, there's some fire that you could light under some congresswomen and men's, shoes, whatever.
I tell you, if we got 100,000 views from Dave and I giving a hug, how many millions of views if Greg and Dylan give a hug? That's perfect. I love it.
See, Greg's a hugger. I have a feeling, man. He's definitely a hugger.
Beautiful. Thank you, Greg. Andrew Seeley, this must be a first. Great to see this. Go Dylan. First with a PH, he meant to say. I know.
Yeah, we know it's hot in Texas. His mind's not working the way it should work. Great story. Love it. All right, what else we got? Joanne Delatorre from LinkedIn. Hi, Dylan. You're doing so great as usual. You're amazing to watch and listen to. Yeah, I agree. Thanks, Joanne.
Thank you so much.
So we have CKRISL.
Okay. That's too many vipers, Dylan. What's the deal with the Viper, Dylan? Come on, there's something going on there. They're sending you
gotta
signals.
use Twitch to know it's.
Come on, this is like being like in the crypts or something, right? That's a symbol. What does it mean?
Of course. It's hard to describe because it's a long story. But long story short, I will take it. We love the Vipers. Keep sending the Vipers. We love it.
All
We love
right,
it.
we'll get that
Awesome.
out of you. So proud of you, Dylan. Dylan says Elizabeth Gonzalez. Thank you, Elizabeth. Go ahead, Mark.
Favorite Twitch stream, Fascio, Crisco. I can't say Crisco. That's a weird word, but whatever your real name is, nice to meet you, brother.
Crystal, favorite. I think that's for sure. Gilbert Meyer from Honduras. Always good programs. What is up, Gilbert?
Peter Molinar says, fantastic with a PH. Discord. Oh, Peter,
We love
put
the
some
PA.
notes up on Discord right now. We'll get to see him live momentarily, my friend. Thank you.
Let's do it. Do it. All right, why don't we get into the Discord now, and let's talk about it, and then we'll come back to some more comments and question. So, Dylan, what is Discord?
Okay, so Discord is basically like your, I'd say it's kind of very similar to Slack or Microsoft Teams or Google Hangouts, in the sense that it gives you a chat room online to kind of talk with your friends and talk with anybody within your community. But what I like about Discord personally is that it's a way more public and open environment compared to these other programs, which are a little more private and for individual groups. So the pros of having a Discord server is that we can have several different channels, which you'll see soon, to talk about various different topics at the same time. And it also has a really great voice chat feature that lets you go into voice chat to talk with your friends, talk with your peers about all sorts of crazy stuff, whatever you want to talk about. And you can also have custom emojis, and it's just like a really fun application to use. And the reason why I wanted to bring it into this community and the reason why I initially started it is for that reason, so that we can start to have fun, so that we can start to get to know each other, and so that we can really get educators involved, and so we can get more young people and students involved in this community. Because I think we're all pretty much on the same page that education is where Passive House and it's where building science in general has to be going. We have the science, we have the numbers, all we need is the people, and all we need is the education to just be available. If we already have been able to do it, there's no reason we can't do it on a larger scale. And that's kind of the goal of the server, to get people talking.
So before we do the Passive House Discord that you recently set up, it's a fresh launch, fresh with a PH. You've created other Discord servers that brought your school and later on community of other schools together. So brag about that for a second, Dylan.
Yeah, totally. So I started a Discord server, I want to say 4 or 5 months ago for my school. And the reason why I did this is so that we can make it easier for students to communicate, especially because of COVID. Because one thing that a lot of people are forgetting about COVID is that because we're not in person and because we're all Zoom, nobody really gets to meet each other. So you have a situation where, especially in like middle school and high school, but I'm going to focus on high school because that's where I go. The incoming sophomores were only in person for about like 4 or 5 months, not even. And then all of the incoming freshmen have not been to the school. So you have a situation where now we're entering this school year, and now we have 2 whole classes of kids who have not spent a whole year in school, and you probably don't have many friends as a result because they haven't had the time. And that's why we started the Discord server, because now we have this environment and we have this safe space to talk with one another, and we have a good place to ask questions, because my class was lucky enough to have our freshman year fully in person. And I feel like that's a wonderful thing, because we can totally help these younger people and these younger kids entering our schools to learn how to do things, learn where to go, learn the right places to go, and learn ways to just kind of make school easier, because the transition to high school is tough. And hopefully like the server already is, but hopefully it will continue to grow. Right now we're a little over 100 people, but yeah, so it's going well.
So, I mean, and here's where it is. If you look at the relationship like Mark and myself have built, on our platforms, I mean, it's like a big family reunion every time we hop on here, right? And we get together with people like Andrew Seeley from G-Pod and Sean Sainamore, all these people we never would have met, especially us old guys, and folks, we like going to conferences and shaking hands, right? Where the younger generation, I mean, they hop on games and they hop on Discord, they hop on social media. But I think we're more connected today than we ever have been connected in our lifetimes. And I think it'll continue that way because of platforms like Discord and social media. So you'll get to meet people, is what you're saying, that you would never meet, and be able to have conversations to learn something that you normally wouldn't have the time to go out and figure it out on your own. And you become part of this group of people that are bound together like a hardback book, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what we hope to do with this new Accelerator Discord server as well, to kind of create a community of online people that can just talk, frankly, because that's what people do at conferences. That's what people do at in-person events. They talk, they get to know each other. They ask, how was your day? How's work been? How's it going? And that's exactly what Discord is for. Frankly, we're still kind of hopefully at the tail end of the COVID crisis, but while it's still going on, like, this is a great way for people to connect, and it's a great way for people to talk, especially when events are over. You can totally just go to the Discord server, hop in a voice chat, and all of a sudden the party keeps going, and you can hang out there forever because it's unlike a Zoom call.
Right.
No one's kicking you out. No, there's no host. You just get to join. You can mute yourself. You can leave whenever you want. And it's that freedom that Discord really helps out to, just make life easier, make life better, make connecting easier.
Can you show us?
So let's click to it, but some people like to hear that it's easy. So I would say I registered for this, and I went through the really easy steps later after registered to get onto the Passive House one that Dylan created. And that very same 10-minute window that I did all that, then I was connected with people I know, and we did a video call right on Discord. Some people like audio only, some people did video, and it's community. It's the same thing as walking down the street and hanging out in the park. You're right there, but you don't have to use that carbon emissions to get together.
So you telling me I can call in, I can be video, people can actually see each other interacting in this thing? All right, let's go. Oh, come on, Dylan. I would know more about this. This is killing me. Let's see. Show me, man. Teach me the ways.
Okay, so welcome to Discord. So right now, don't mind this at the top. This is just me viewing the server as one of our roles as a certifier. And the reason why I'm doing this is to kind of show you kind of what everything looks like. So when you join the server, you're going to be sent into this welcome channel. And the welcome channel is just kind of where you see everything happening. And it's where you see everybody joining, anybody who decides to leave for whatever reason. But you joined here, and your name pops up so everybody can see when you join. What I am going to ask everybody to do immediately once they do join, though, is I want you to go right over here to the roles channel. When you go to the roles channel, this is when things get exciting, because as you can see on the side, some people have some, pretty colors, and then other people don't. So why is that? It's because the people with the pretty colors watched my tutorial video. This channel tutorial has a tutorial video with timestamps over here on kind of just how to manage Discord, how to make it easy, and how to do all the basics.
For the record, Dylan, I got pretty colors without watching the tutorial, but I watched it later. It's so easy, right?
Yeah.
It's like bing, bang, boom, intuitive. It's like picking up a phone. You just press talk. Let's move.
Exactly. And that's what's great about Discord. You just go to their website, discord.com, you make an account, you verify the account as always, like you would with any other website, and then you click the link that is, I believe it's attached to this meeting actually. And you can just click that link and all of a sudden you're in the server, bam, that's it. And once you go to this roles channel, all of these different colors here, see how they have a corresponding thing. So if I click here, as you can see, I have the student and Passive House enthusiast role. And student is over here. As you can see, it has the student emoji attached to it. But if I uncheck this, let's say I get a job. I'm no longer a student. And now I am a developer. Developer has this blue circle. I click the blue circle. And look, I now have gotten rid of student. It's no longer here. But I do have developer. So you can easily change your roles. As you can see, I already have number 3 checked. Number 3 is corresponding with this right here, the CPHC consultant. And it's just that easy. You click the buttons that correspond with the roles, and all of a sudden, everybody knows what you do, what your role is. And another great feature of Discord is when you add people on Zoom or when you add people here and there, it usually doesn't really work. It doesn't make any shiny text. It doesn't indicate anything at all. But as you can see, I have this little red 1 right there. That means that someone pinged me. I actually have no clue who this is. So if we go to general, as you can see, oh, it's my father. Hello, father. But my father has pinged me. My father's pinged me, and as you can see, when you get pinged, it shows this highlighted kind of text. So he says, hey folks, well, thank you so much. So he says hello, and thank you for pinging me, because it's a great example of it. So right now, if I wanted to respond to him, and this is something I don't cover in the tutorial video, so focus. So if you hover over a message, you could do this to any message, it doesn't matter. You see this little arrow right here that says reply. What I can do is I can click this reply button and I can type out my answer. So I'll say thanks a ton, thanks for showing up. And that pings him as well because I responded to his message.
P.S. I love you.
You can turn it off. If you don't want to ping them, you just want to, make sure everybody knows what you're replying to, you can turn the ping off. But I usually leave it on. And so that's basically like some of the essentials. And then you also have these channels over here. I don't believe I cover these. Everything's pretty self-explanatory. And if it's not, you can totally just ping me or any of the other admin people within the server. And we're usually online. So we can totally help you out. We can totally guide you. So rules is like kind of where you see the rules. Please do read these. Just so that we're all on the same page, because to create a fun environment, we all have to be just kind of on the same page. It'd be really nice.
So let's just say rule number 1: be kind and respect others. Right?
I mean, most of the rules are basically just be nice and be respectful. Yep. Don't be rude. If you think that something could hurt somebody, don't say it. That's basically most of the rules. And then also one thing is be careful when you at everybody or at here, because that does ping everybody, especially during a work day. If you're pinging everybody, people could be on a Zoom meeting, and if you ping them in the middle of their Zoom meeting, they're just gonna have like a little beeping noise from Discord. Let's not do that. I'm gonna say Dylan said don't do that, so we shouldn't do that. Exactly.
On the announcements page, there was a handsome guy on that page. Hey, look at that.
How'd that get there?
I have no clue. So basically what I did before right when the show started is I left the links to actually join here. And this is kind of like what it's used for. Whenever important announcements need to be made or whenever there's events, this is where we go. So what we do is we ping people and basically say that there's an event happening right now. And here's the link to join. What's great about that is you don't have to go to your email because we're your reminder. We are your alarm clock to join the meeting. And that's amazing. And that's something that we can do for a ton of events. So I know that the accelerator's on break right now, but once we're back with our Tech Tuesdays and once we're back with our happy hours, we're going to be pinging the server. So whenever those join with the Zoom link, so you don't have to go into your email, you don't have to go searching for the link you saved 10 months ago. It's just going to be right here in the Discord server every single week.
So that means, Zach, you could take another 1 month vacation because Dylan has just handled September.
I'm on it.
Motion passes. Zach has got another vacation.
So Discord is my place to hang out with smart people. Discord is my place to make sure that I stay polite, healthy, and happy. Discord is my place to where it'll tell me when I have to do something and ping me when something important's happening. And Discord is the place that's going to tell me something is happening that I did not know is happening, but I should be paying attention to that something that I did not know was a something before Discord pinged me. Did that make sense?
Yep. And that's
collaboration, community, and be nice to others. That's it. Mm-hmm. Or Carl Bot the Turtle is going to put you under his shell.
Okay, teach me this, Dylan. So I want to learn about modular houses. How do I find a channel that I'd want to tune into that's going to have the experts in modular homes?
It's an interesting point because Dylan's the administrator here. He could create a sub-channel of off-site manufacturing, and boom.
Well, that's it. I mean, if you don't know anybody on Discord, can you go in and join Discord channels?
Oh yeah, totally. Like right now, I'm just gonna look for somebody that I'm not too familiar with. I have no clue who this is just because they haven't changed their nickname yet, which is something I'll cover in a minute. But let's say I have a question for them. I can go to Q&A and I can just say at SoCalPH, I enter. As you can see, it shows that I already added them because it shows up that blue. And I can say, how's your day been? And as you can see, they're also in voice chat right now. So if anybody, and they're in the Hangout channel. So if anybody wants to go hang out after this, you can just go straight to that channel and you click on it. It's just like Zoom. You can choose to, you have to choose to turn your camera on. It pops up in this bottom corner once you join. And then there's mute, deafen. What deafen does is it makes it so you can't hear anything. Mute makes it so everybody else can't hear you. And yeah, so as you can see, they're responding right now. And that's basically how you can use Discord. And also, if anybody knows the answer to this question that was asked yesterday, you can totally use the reply feature that I showed before to kind of respond to that. And that's kind of like the magic of Discord. You can just ask questions, ask conversations. And then if you want a channel to be made for a specific topic, let's say, for example, as you guys were saying, offsite buildings, I disabled that. So I have my admin rights back now. Not everyone can do this.
Right.
But you can totally DM me and be like, hey, Dylan, I want this channel. Make it. And if it's a good idea, then I can add the channel and I can just do
love that.
channel. And now we have a channel and I can say, how do I do construction better? And eventually, if somebody sees that and knows the answer, they can simply just reply to it or ping me or not ping me. I don't care. And they can just respond to the question. And then that's what's great, because all you have to do is DM me. You now have a new channel. If it's like just a general easy question and it's not like a reoccurring theme that's happening in the server, you can just go to like the general Q&A.
I love the answer. You already got an I don't know. It's really interesting. And Southern SoCal Passive House is answering. It's interesting, Dylan, that Dave just brought up the offsite question. So earlier this week, one of our friends who was on the show, Shannon, they did that offsite project, and they had the blower door done this week. So now it's all timely, right? Here we have an offsite project that many of our viewers saw in depth from Silver Green. And this week there was a blower door. So it's cause for a celebration because they passed their blower door. They're one step closer to getting that beautiful plaque and saying, our building is rocking the neighborhood. Who's next?
Yeah, exactly. Shannon's actually very active on the Discord server already. We have this question of the day channel. I've been very lazy. I haven't actually, as you can see, I forgot. This was like a draft from a few weeks ago. Discord will, by the way, save your drafts. If you were thinking about sending a message, you want to sit on it, it will hang out there. But Shannon's been pretty active. She's responded to most of the questions of the day. So if anybody wanted to ping Shannon and ask for that number or ask about this or ask about that, you can totally do that. You can just ping Shannon. I can do that right now. I can ping Shannon and say, how'd the blower door go?
Beautiful. And then on Saturday morning, Dave can chime in and say, I'm having coffee. Can we talk about offsite construction? Because Panelize is off the charts right now.
Exactly. And then you can join the general voice chat and you can chat about it forever. And if anybody wants to join in on the conversation, they can just click into general and then all of a sudden they're there. And you can, it's that easy. And then if you want to message people, you can totally do that as well if you want a more private space. Like if I wanted to message Mark right now, I could click on him, type, hi, how are you? And then I can hit enter. I won't do that because that'll send a ping to his computer. And as we can all see, he's on the show right now. So we're not going to do that.
So actually, can you press it to see what happens on StreamYard?
Yeah, sure. Or on StreamYard.
If I start melting, someone throw me a blanket.
Oh, wait, you try messaging me just so that everybody can see what happens. I don't know if you have Discord up or not, but
now you're pushing it.
Yeah, let's just say my browser is full.
So I'll just hit hello, enter, and then it just shows up here. And then there's a previous message that I sent to Mark.
Okay, my Discord's open, but it must mean that StreamYard's not allowing that audio to overstep. So StreamYard protected us. Next time we'll try it on Zoom.
So
this is awesome.
Yeah, it should protect you because it goes to whatever your output device is. It's not just going to make a beep from your computer. Your computer is not going to like shake and explode. So if you have like headphones in, you're all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm looking. Is there an app for Discord?
Yes. And that's kind of how you sign up for Discord.
Is that
once
it?
you make your account. Yes, it is. So on any device, computer or phone, I believe. I'm not sure about consoles, but you should be able to just go to discord.com or go to your app store, go to your Google Play, doesn't matter. Whatever you use to get applications, you should be able to just go there and download the Discord app. And that's kind of what I'm screen sharing now. As you can see, that's not my Google Chrome. That's not my Safari. So yeah,
okay.
Just use it. I like the Discord app. You can just keep it open, you close it, doesn't matter.
And keep going with it.
If you don't mind, one other
go ahead.
is nickname. Because as you can see, as I mentioned before, some people have like weird names. Like I have no clue who. I'm not creative with these things. I have no clue who you are. So basically, what you can do and what I did, because my name on Discord is not Dylan Ingui, as you can see. So what you can do is you can click up here, and you can go here to change nickname, and you can type whatever you want. Let's say my name is George Smith. Enter. Now I pop up as George Smith spelled incorrectly with a capital E. And then if I want to change it again, I can go back. And please do follow our format, because what we're doing is we're doing first name, last name, and then in parentheses, your pronouns. So my pronouns are he, him. That's how I'd like to be referred as. And then you can just save it. And now I pop up as that again. And that's how you do that. Please do that so that we all know who we are. And, it just makes it easier, makes life easier. Yeah.
Very cool.
I think, as far as I could tell, the majority of people have followed that, and some people like to respect certain privacies and have disguised names. But again, since this is a private channel, well, is it a private channel?
If you click the link, you join. So anybody can join, theoretically. So it's semi-private.
So it's semi-private, but with that, it's based on the rules, so that we're all inclusive, we're all welcomed, and so since you're in that space on this channel, you can reveal your name to other people in this community, and then on a different channel, choose to disguise that name and be right. You could have a different name on a different channel or server.
A different server, because all the channels under our server, it'll be the same name. But under different servers, you can have different nicknames, and that's why we say change your nickname on this server. If you're not comfortable with that, if you don't want everybody knowing your real name, all good. We get it. We respect privacy, respect your boundaries. But if you are comfortable with it and you would like us to know who you are and you would like people to know who you are and contact you, go for it.
I use a stage name.
Go for it. Yeah.
What's your last name is not? Well, my last name is not live.
Really?
All right. Enough of the funny.
You forget that sometimes my forehead reads gullible, don't you? I totally fell for that. I tripped over myself. Dylan, this Discord server for Pass Accelerator and the one for your high school, I hope it thrives and it goes forward. Dave will mention it on the Saturday show, which gets different viewers than the Friday show. And we'll push it out there. When Dave's ready to have a Discord channel, he knows he can hire you and set up that I'm sorry, Discord server, not channel. I'm learning my verbiage. What
is the difference between a server and a channel? Like, I know what a server is. Like,
I goofed up, but Dylan, correct me if I'm wrong. So Discord is the app. The server in this case is Pass Accelerator. And inside of the server, there's channels that we went through. It was Q&A, it was construction tech, time to tap, many different things. So the channels are inside of the server, and the server is the Pass Accelerator, and the app, well, that's Discord.
Exactly.
And it's all free.
Yep, everything's completely free. This costs absolutely no money. There's no risk to joining, so come on. Welcome.
Awesome. So why don't we do this? Go ahead, Mark.
I'm going to say, Dave, where are we at in the lineup? Because I'm looking at the time, brother.
I'm bringing Mr. Sean St. Amour back in. There he is. We're looking at his chest. He's been working out clearly. Look at that buff guy right there. Nothing else to do. Wait, we have two screens. What screen you want me to use, Sean? You're muted, Sean. That's it.
No, we're good. I'm sorry. I was trying to get my computer finally up because that's a better camera, but you get this one.
I was watching Sean in the chat. Go ahead. Sean. Sorry.
You're awesome, Dylan. Like, this is fantastic. So everyone was looking for. That's what the Gootex looks like. Again, wood fiber stuff.
Hold on, let me blow you up. Show it.
Oh, there we go. This is this lovely product made out of wood fiber insulation called Gootex. Yeah. That's the manufacturer's name, but there's lots of other manufacturers, but wood fiber and Gootex are the ones that we like. So
who
Dylan,
comes up with these names?
Germans. Yeah, gotta love our German friends.
So that's available in various thicknesses. And Dave, it is very common to have multiple production facilities all over Europe doing this. The shortcoming is North America doesn't have it going on, and so they also create some of this in a blown in application and a bad application. There's different ways of making this fiber. And a little known fact that some people like to argue about is certain brands make it, and it's also a WRB, which is a weather resistant barrier, not just an R value. And that cranks it up a notch.
Yep.
Mark,
yep,
I haven't told you today that I love you, so just want to let you know that. There's lots of love.
There's another 100,000 views. We got hugs and beautiful.
That's it. We're going to grow, man. And all those, look, my Twitch channel is lit up. I mean, I don't think we've ever had so many people on Twitch on time throughout a whole show. So, Dylan, thank you for helping us get that Twitch channel up. And listen, Dylan, all your friends and foes that are out there, BS Friday, we have you on. We've had your dad on. We've had so many experts from around the world on this show. All of us. We would love to have more young people join us on this show. We would love to have, let's say you have somebody that came up with a new product or a new idea. We could always start the show and say, all right, we're going to give you 15 minutes. If they want to come on and say, hey, this is what we're working on, give them a little bit of feedback and we can go about our show. But I think it could be a lot of fun for you and your Discord channel and the young people that you're inspiring. Let's give them a spotlight because, you got people like this saying that they're totally impressed. That's a big name. This is a guy that's been into the Rose Garden a few times. So on top of that, Greg Ugaldi, I was just thinking, with the student body at the NAHB, this could be a good opportunity to bring some building science knowledge from a young chap that's the youngest one out there doing it into the world. A lot of fun. Maybe IBS.
We could save carbon and we could all get together on Discord and we could create some more challenges, some more competitions to push this forward, right? Because it's all about togetherness. One example, when people see an example, they copy it. So this is the example. Right here, what you saw on that screen from Dylan is the example. So share it. That's your job. If you don't share, you can't come back next Friday. That's it. You're not allowed back.
I love it. Let's get to a couple comments. We are at our hour. Martha Valencia Cordoba from LinkedIn. Dylan is inspiring. We love learning from you. Keep up the amazing work. You'll go so very far in life.
Thank you.
And I always used to get from people, he's a really nice guy, but he's always in trouble. Not Dylan. And then the recruiter showed up and off I went. Not Dylan. Dylan's changing the world. He's not even out of high school yet. So I love it. Chris Tall, Discord is very useful. So love it. Thank you. If you guys are out there on Twitch, please hit that like and share and invite people to help join us and grow the word on what we're doing here with Building Science. Al Amin. Hi, Dave, sir. Well, hi, Al. Thank you for joining us today from YouTube. Love it, love it, love it. Read this one, Mark. This is a great one.
Jennifer, I want to say Vela or Veya, just depending on the use. It says, yes, Dylan, you are a visionary in the building sciences and social platforms for your peers and everyone's peers. You are bringing together, helping and offering support for so many folks. We're very, 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 very excited for you. I ad-libbed Jennifer. So Rockstar Dylan, thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Jennifer, thank you. All right, Scott Farbman in the house. He left his spelling dictionary at home, but he said, happy Friday with a PH. Really excited for Discord channel as I already use Discord for gaming on the side. You can game on the side on this thing? I'm out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I really am losing it.
Scott could tell us later.
All right, Dylan. So this next one I'm going to put up, we had on the show recently, top-down construction, right? TDE. So they basically build on the first floor and bring it up. Dan Esparza, go ahead. Mark, read it out.
So Dan Esparza says, happy Friday with a PH. We'll get you there, Dan. The young kids are teaching us all about Twitch. It's not just the young kids. It's Greg Ugaldi. It's all kids. We're an age-free society. Thank you, Dan.
That's right.
And
That's
Dan,
right.
you do great work. Bless your heart.
Knocked it out of the park on the show. It was a great show. All right, and the one, the only, Jerry McCahey.
Wow.
From in the house. Great
There
show,
you go.
guys.
Dylan, this is your target, right? You
Yeah.
just created on the Discord server through Passive House Accelerator, you created offsite. And I'll tell you, that gentleman right there, Mr. Handsome himself, Mr. Ireland, Mr. Jerry, he is Mr. Offsite. Precision equals performance. Jerry, welcome to Discord. There you go. There's another
Jerry, Juan is going to hate me. Juan does all the marketing for Integra. He's about to hate me because every time I say this, Juan gets more work. Jerry,
go ahead,
you
Sean.
should have a FiOS channel. You should have a FiOS Discord channel run by Juan because he's Superman and he's never going to invite me back if I keep giving him more work. But anyhow.
Dylan, that's interesting. So if Jerry wanted a FiOS channel, right? You know how websites can be linked? Can servers be linked?
Servers, I've done this a few times on a few servers before. What you can do is you can make like a partnerships kind of feature going on where you can basically just link servers to one another in the sense where I leave a link to your server, you leave a link to my server, so that everybody can join everyone's server.
Cool.
And that's kind of, it's cool because you can kind of have several different communities kind of interlinking and
He's gonna kill me.
mingling with each other.
I'm a server. You're a server. Wouldn't you like to have a server? Have a server. Share lots of servers. I love that. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad Jerry popped on there because when he was on the show, he talked about kids are coming out of school and they got their phone in the one hand, they got their tablet in the other, and how do we give them a hammer when they already got their hands full? And so what we're saying here is the construction world has so much opportunities for these technical details and these skills that these kids already have. And we need to get them into the construction world and apply them with those skills that they already have. And here's a great example where, project management is a great role where you're having all these tools. And so again, Jerry, I'm just trying to give you praise for helping get more individuals into the construction industry because there's lots of opportunities. It's not just about picking up hammers and building walls. Jerry's building walls with robots. So, anyone that's interested in technical aspects, people could literally be in their gaming chair, designing walls, creating these digital twins, and then robots are now producing the walls. So
I got a wild ride from that, Sean and Dave and Dylan. Do you guys think that Discord or Twitch have a booth at IBS?
No.
We gotta get on the phone.
Oh, hey, listen.
This is
We
really
need IBS this year. Maybe Discord or Twitch would like to help grow their audience while we're there. That would be a lot of fun, right? Dylan, make that happen,
Yeah, Mark.
sir.
I mean,
I'll work on it.
Mark. I mean, I'm hoping to try to be at IBS through Discord because I'm sure one of you guys are going to be there, and you're just going to turn on the virtual and say, "Hey, Sean, we're walking down the aisle. Look at this company," and I'll be like, "Oh, that's fantastic."
I'm gonna be there. Dave's gonna be there. I think Dave's gonna be there in many capacities, right?
Yep.
I'm just gonna be dragging my feet trying to dodge people, and I tell you what, maybe we could find a way. I guess you have school in February, Dylan, but maybe you could just graduate early and join us for IBS.
Yeah, totally. Let's do it. Yeah.
We are working on being set up for several hours a day, Dylan. If you're planning on attending IBS or how it works, we could maybe add a young professionals portion of our show, to a half hour per day there where you're talking. There's a lot of student competitions that happen. Solar decathlon, all of these different things. It'd be a fun way to bring all of this stuff together at IBS. So we'll be doing that. Hey, and speaking of IBS, Mark, we got picked for the big stage this year. We're actually we're having a round table with some top people. One who's commenting here, Jerry, if you're listening, we got picked, but guess what? It's offsite construction from a developer's point of view, not just from the manufacturer. So we're going to have the manufacturer and the developer talking about how this works hand in hand. It'll be the first time we talked about it from the people that are actually financing these jobs and what their thoughts are. And these are big people that are going to be on the stage. Caleb Roop going to be up there with us. So we're going to have a lot of fun at IBS. Speaking of NAHB, by the way, everyone, guess who's on this Monday? Anybody take a guess?
Greg, Mr. Twitch Ugaldi.
Mr. Twitch Ugaldi. Greg Ugaldi will be on the show Monday along with Judy Donnell and Brad Simons. How awesome is that? If you don't know Judy, you should. Judy heads up all the associate members. At least I think she's still in that role. Greg may correct me on that. But that's close to 88,000, I think it is, members. She's the one managing a lot of that stuff. Sean Say No More, that's somebody you should probably know. Just saying. I mean, 88,000 people is a lot.
I know a lot of people in the Canadian Home Builders Association, but I need to figure out how to make those connections in the U.S.
Yep.
So we'll work on that.
And,
this is also a good point. Is I think you guys need to have Dylan come back and talk about that wall assembly and how he did it. Oh, dropping points, having fun. Technology today.
Thanks for wearing pants, Sean. Thanks for wearing pants.
Yeah, I'm glad you're not in your underwear.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's pretty dicey today. I'll tell you that. But no, we should get Dylan back and showcase how he designed the wall, and hopefully he'll have his friends on, and hopefully show more people about gaming and digital twinning is a really cool thing, and hopefully he can make that work. Just
so throw out the challenge. That's the challenge. Giancarlo, you're out there. If you accept, post it live. We won't let Dylan say no. So
yeah, Dylan. So why don't we do that, Mark? Let's look at an open date and have Dylan and his crew back on. Let's do it live. I think that'd be a great idea.
Totally. That could be fun. Let's do it.
Okay.
No, Dylan. It could be fun. It will be fun.
Yes, correct.
God almighty, man.
How could I mess up?
The youth of today.
I'll tell
you
what.
What are we going to do?
I feel like getting a bunch of Passive House Accelerator Discord shirts, #Dylan, and launching them into the crowd during Dave's roundtable at IBS, and just see how many people I could hit. I could hit with the shirts. #Dylan.
Get the bazooka guns, man. We'll get the bazooka guns. All right, listen, a couple more announcements. So Wednesday, Mark, you don't even know this, but we're going to fill this Wednesday show with Andrew Seeley, G-Pods, and Mark. I want you to jump into that show with us as well, because we're going to showcase our video that we did while we were all together, while we were there. Let's talk about what Andrew's doing with G-Pods and why this market research is so important. Not just building science, but from a product perspective, this is what goes into developing great things. And that's what Andrew's doing. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of miscuts. It takes a lot of precision and a lot of redos to get something precisely the way it needs to be. We're going to touch on that this Wednesday with Andrew.
You guys are going to be in person live for that?
No, there's a possibility, but I don't think so. So, okay. But outside of that, it's definitely we'll be live. Just depends whether we're together.
I was just asking because I didn't know if I had to get on my bike and kayak and meet you in Oregon and Maryland and Vermont and the Sunshine Coast.
It's hard to keep up. It's we last time we teased about where in the world is Willie, but now it's like where in the world is Dave. So
I know. I don't know where I'm at. I might be in Alabama by this time Monday. We'll see. All right, listen, Mark, who do we have coming up the following Friday? I know we got some juggling to do there because their schedules aren't working, but if we can make it happen, it'll be whom?
So this is live right now, and Dave and I are trying to apparently the Earth is rounded. If it was flat, we would have got there faster. So it's still a discussion on that, but we're still trying to figure out next week. We might be on at a different time. And why, you might ask? Well, one, I'm a pain in the royal keister. But two, the other reason is there's a teacher that we think will be on next week, and his name is Matthew Bloomquist, and he was involved in the wall assembly the first year, and he's doing a digital twin on a building that his students are building in the next few weeks. So we're trying to work that out. Follow Dave, follow my profile, follow Sean's post on Sunday, and follow Dylan on Discord for updates. Dylan for updates.
Dylan on Discord. All right, everybody, listen, hit that like and share button one more time. If you are not following us on YouTube, we really need your support on YouTube. Please go there and subscribe. We are growing it as fast as we possibly can. If you are not following Dylan and you want to join his Discord channel, please go there and do that. I think this young man deserves all the support we can give him. And I mean, hats off to you. Honestly, man, I was not anywhere near where you're at mentally at your age. So I appreciate everything that you're doing already. And you'll probably be president one day. That's the way I'm looking at this.
I appreciate you taking your summer break to join us. I hope both the keyboard for your laptop and the keyboard for your piano make tunes that you like to hear and share. You're doing an amazing job. We're blessed to know you, and we're blessed for the example you set. And I hope you continue to find more people that inspire you, and we just move it forward. Bless your heart for being here today, Dylan.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, this was so much fun. Yeah.
Well, it's great having you, Dylan. All right, so here's the deal, Dylan. We talked about it prior to the show. We expect a BS Friday jingle played by Dylan himself on guitar next time he's on. If you don't have it ready, don't worry. I'm not going to hold you to it, but you should. It would make a lot of sense. And guess what? We'd play it all the time. We'd have a lot of fun with that. Sean St. Amour, who would have thought we would have been talking about 475 products again today? They just keep popping up everywhere. My guess is that is not a coincidence. My guess is it's because things are moving in the right direction and people are paying attention. And by the way, 475 is celebrating 10 years of super success. And Sean, you're going to see a lot more of him in his role in video, and he's got a face for camera, so he's luckier than Mark and I anyhow.
You just said he's got a face for camera. That means you got a mic for a mouth, Dave.
I got a face for radio, Mark, a face for radio. So finally those viewers out there will have a good-looking person to watch while they're talking. So
well
right.
Tomorrow is Coffee with Dave, and that is no?
I'm on vacation, man. I might.
What? All right, tomorrow is Discord with Dylan. And everyone take a picture of your favorite mojito and Bloody Mary and send it to Dave. Tell him to enjoy his vacation. Sean, if you're free, please take your helicopter to somewhere in Texas so you can hang out with Mr. Andrew Seeley. Dylan, enjoy your summer break. Please don't do any chores. Just let it all unwind and enjoy your time.
Yeah, so there you have it. Dad Willie said to Dad Ingui, no chores for Dylan. The only thing he has to do is be creative and play video games. You have Mark's commitment to that, so don't put up with it. All right, Dylan?
No,
all right. All right, everybody. Listen, we will see you first, maybe tomorrow, but we will definitely see you on Monday with the one and only co-host Greg Ugaldi with an update from the NAHB from the top, and we will also have some special guests on along with Greg talking about the other parts of what's happening at a national level. With that said, Sean St. Amour, thank you so much for being on 475. Dylan Ingui, the smartest young man in Passive House ever. It's in the history books. In fact, it would be in the Guinness Book of World Records should they have that event in there. And Mark Bare Naked Willie, I mean, come on, dude. Straight from the jungle. He's got the longest beard of anybody I know. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Dylan. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
We'll see everybody. Bye now.